gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, welcome to our Sunday Just Chatting stream. How y'all doing? My name is RB Plays. I am your host on this side of the screen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. If this is your first time around here, then make sure, this is the dad talking here now. Make sure that you hit the follow button over here on Twitch, that you get the subscribe button over on YouTube, get notified every time we go live, which is every Sunday. This Sunday, of course, is our Just Chatting stream. We do one of these every month. Sure, Mom. We do one of these every month just to kind of hang out and chat and talk to each other and see how everybody's doing and talk about the channel and all that good stuff. First things first, Hype Man followed me 3 days ago. It's in my little activity feed right there. It's right there. It's right there. Why can't you? It's right there. No. Cheers, Hype Man. Thanks for the follow. If you're watching, Darth E. Curb just resubscribed. 55 months. Darth, cheers. Thank you. In our memes and randomness channel on the Discord, I was greeted with this morning. So that should be this one? I think it's this one. First we had hybrid cars. Then we had electric cars. Now apparently we're going to have vegan cars. Miss Trissy, thanks for sharing that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Greatly appreciated. That sounded awful. Sometimes my Irish/Scottish accent works out okay. Sometimes not so much. That wasn't one of those times that it worked out well. Anyway, what's everybody up to today besides watching me? How's the delay on YouTube? Istrissy's in pain. Yes. You mentioned that to me in the Discord. Sorry to hear that. Hope you are able to overcome that today. Pro streamer this morning. So, okay, I gotta figure out how YouTube works. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 10, 11 years now. Right? You'd think I'd have figured out how YouTube works by now. No, not even close. I went into the live control panel on YouTube to change some settings. And it said, connect your software when you're ready to go live. So I went live and it didn't work. The settings that I changed, it didn't go live. It didn't do nothing, but it opened a new control panel window where I was live with Restream.io and none of the settings that I had changed were able to be stuck there. So I wonder if there's a way that I can just fix that. There's a couple of things I want to be able to do with the live streams on YouTube. Number one, I want to set it for ultra low latency. That way we're getting a much more real-time interaction with the YouTube audience. The last couple of weeks, by the end, and it gets progressively worse. Like right now, I don't think the delay is all that bad. Couple 3 or 4 seconds, maybe. But by the end of the stream, it's 20, 30, 35 seconds. Like that's a lot. And I don't know why that would be. But one of the things I want to be able to do is I want to be able to have interactions with you all, obviously. I also need to change that so that it unlists the stream after the stream is over. Because I need to be able to go in and change some stuff. Like I need to cut out a few things. Bad coding from YouTube? Could be. you could very well be right. I don't really know. I feel like I don't know. Is the music super loud for y'all? It's a little loud for me, but that's just room audio. So I don't know. But, okay. Are you yelling at me because you think the music is too loud, or are you yelling at me because you're a Strissy and you just like to yell at me? Because there's a difference. But I do think that music might be just a buzz loud. Okay, I feel like it needs to be down around there, maybe? Using your deaf ear and you were getting an iPad. Okay. Anyway, I turned it down a little bit in good old OBS. So, yeah. How's everybody doing today? Let me tell you, it went okay. So, I posted on my Facebook account, my personal Facebook account. Here in the States, we've had a pretty rough go of it weather-wise. Near blizzard conditions up north. Arctic cold temperatures down here in the south. Like not temperatures that we're used to having on a regular basis. There was a week there where it was 15 or less Fahrenheit. So definitely below 0 Celsius, like probably minus 10 plus, minus, whatever. Anyway, more negative. And so it like my furnace like never turned off because it was, these houses down here, US people are chickens. US people are chickens. We own chickens. We're not chickens. Them's fighting words, buddy. Them's fighting words. No, I'm just kidding. But it was cold. Like it was super freaking cold. Now, the opposite is happening. It won't stop freaking raining. Like it's been raining for 2-3 days now. And it's going to be 60 plus degrees all week, right? What is cold? To me, cold is anything below, to me, being from up north where it's cold 19 months out of the year, meaning always cold. To me, cold is anything below, say, 20 Fahrenheit. Like if it gets below 20 Fahrenheit, that to me that's just cold. And down here, because of the humidity levels that we have, and Estrisi, I know you can relate to this too. Cold just feels colder because there's so much moisture in the air, right? Being where you're at and being around all the water that you're around, you get a lot of humidity too. And cold just feels colder. Up north where I was from, like it wasn't high humidity all the time. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Exactly. So just, down here, like there's always water in the air. And so when it gets down to below 20, when it gets down into the low teens, it's just cold, especially if you got to be outside, right? Well, now we have just the opposite problem. It's nice and warm now. Like my furnace only kicked on a couple of times last night because it's getting down into the upper 30s, lower 40s overnight. But then during the day, it's 50s and 60s. But now it just won't quit freaking raining, like at all. It needs to stop. Although it is supposed to be beautiful this week, like mostly sunny, partly cloudy all week with highs in the upper 50s, lower 60s. There was one day that I thought there's one day where it was supposed to get towards 70. So the joke that I put on Facebook was, here in the South, it only the transition from the dead of winter through spring and into summer is only about 72 hours. Because it was funny because it showed like sub-zero temperatures and then rain and then 70 degrees in a span of like 3.5 days. Humidity sticks to all the thing when it's cold or too hot. Yep, absolutely. I can relate to that in the summertime. It's always oppressively hot down here in the summertime. Always. But I digress. I am not here to complain today. I'm here to rejoice in the fact that we are live. What's new with y'all? Come and fix your floor. I could. I feel like I could probably handle that. But I'm gonna need a plane ticket. So, there is that. And a passport. I don't even have a passport. I'm 50 some years old and I don't even have a passport. No, I am not rowing. I am not rowing to find you. Number one, if I got to a mile offshore, I would be lost forever. I would be lost forever. I am not an ocean-faring individual. Never been on a cruise. Nothing. Like I said, I don't even have a passport. I should probably get a passport, shouldn't I? Just make Mrs. Arby have an AirPod on me. If we were an Apple house, then AirPods might work out. Since we don't, it's going to have to be something different. What's the Android equivalent to an AirPod? Wait, AirPods those are the earbuds for iPhones, aren't they? Aren't AirPods Apple like earbuds? Anyway, so I don't think it's gonna have to be one of them AirDrops. Is it AirDrop? I think it's an AirDrop. I don't know. When the music stops, you're too far from home. Okay, sure. I see what you're saying. I mean, basically, with all that technology, all I got to do is just get out to the mailbox and it'll cut out. Airship? I don't know. Ooh, an airship. That'd be cool. I know a D&D campaign where we had access to an airship. My hair is awful. Like, look at my hair. My hair is just awful. It's just terrible. It's time for a haircut. But it's terrible. It's so bad. I did take a shower this morning, so it's clean at least. But it's just awful. It's all... such lushful hair. Good morning, Silky. Is it lushful or luscious? Lustrous. It could be lustrous hair. It's not. It is kind of shiny. Like, it's kind of shiny. That might be my head poking through there, though. That's not. That might actually just be my balding scalp. I thought about wearing my hat today. I have a hat in here someplace, don't I? No, I do not. I need to bring my hat down here. Could be lustful. It's not lustful hair. Definitely not lustful. Free hair spots? Yeah, there's a cut. Like, it's thinning, but I don't know. I've noticed that. So I've got all of my live feeds going over here on the other monitor, right? And I've noticed that the the interactions from Twitch go to YouTube faster than the interactions from YouTube come to restream to Twitch. Like, that's weird, right? It's got to be a YouTube thing. Could just be a restream thing. I don't know. Anyway, so let's see what's going on in the world of RB right now. This week was tumultuous. I didn't share this in the, well, I did share this. I did share this in the Discord, but it took me a little bit to share it in the Discord. So the company that I work for, it's a railroad. The company that I work for is, how do I put this? The company that I work for is trying something new. They're trying to run they're actually trying to run a railroad a way that kind of makes sense, but when you're so ingrained in how things have always worked, that any change is going to cause chaos, right? So we had our earnings call. The company had their earnings call on Friday, and we showed a huge loss. We had a big derailment about a year ago in East Palestine, Ohio. And we've spent a lot of money trying to make that derailment right. And I feel like we have made it right. This is me individually. This isn't RB that works for them. This is me individually just looking at it from an outside perspective. I feel like we've done a lot there. I feel like we've tried to make it right. Have we succeeded? Time will tell. But that event has cost us a lot of money. And so on Tuesday this week, everybody got a call saying on Wednesday this week, we got a call saying that on Thursday, we all had to be part of a company-wide meeting. Managers only, non-agreement, non-contract staff. Basically what they were telling us is, hey, money's tight. Money's super tight. We are not cutting our craft workforce. So all of our hourly employees, we're not cutting them because we need them to keep the railroad running. We need train engineers, conductors, maintenance folks, signal maintainers. We need all of our craft employees, and we're actually still a little shorthanded from where we should be. But we probably have too much supervision in some areas. And so, that being said, they're looking for a voluntary 7% reduction in our non-agreement workforce. The offer was not terrible, not great, but not terrible. The offer was, we will pay you 3 weeks salary for every year of service that you have. So I got 19 years. So that's 57 weeks of pay to walk away. If I were a couple years older, I would have considered it. Because as a supervisor, I also am, I've got a bunch of things that work in my favor later as I get older. One of those things is a pension, and I am eligible to draw that pension at the age of 55. And in a couple of years, I will be 55. So if I was able to draw the pension and then get a year-ish of salary to figure out what I want to do instead, that's tempting. And only have to do it for 5 to 7 years. That's tempting, right? I've always thought about either accounting or something in IT. And if I could get a payout like that and just go and learn how to do that for 10 years, like that's almost a no-brainer. The other thing that they offered, which also was moderately tempting, was 1 week of severance per year of service if you wanted to go back to your tools if you came from the craft. And I came from the craft. I was an electrician. So I could exercise seniority and go back and work as an electrician, and they'd cut me a check for just under a half a year's salary, which would help to move. It would help with a down payment on a house. Of course, we'd have to sell this one and all that. But both my wife and I were like, no, we can't see me crawling around under inside of and on top of locomotives anymore. That's just not going to happen. So right now, not actively pursuing the whole voluntary resignation thing. But I do know some people who are considering it, right? And like it's tempting. I mean, yeah, that's exactly the point. If I try to go out there and try to work on regularly locomotives now, that's not good for anybody. That's not good for anybody. I'm much better off where I am. So yeah. But it was tempting. Like they were talking about and they're going to have, like, if you decided to leave, they were going to give you 3 months of assistance in trying to find another job, which they weren't offering they weren't offering any career development stuff. They were just offering to help you find another job. And then also, it wouldn't have taken effect until the middle of April. So I would still have been employed for 2 more months. And then on top of that, but didn't do that. Not going to do that. But it would have been a whole lot of time to work in the wood shop. It would have been a whole lot of time to work in this studio. Would have been a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of things. And I would have gotten all my vacation on top of that. So I get 5 weeks of vacation. We do have unions. So I am a member of a union. I am a member of the IBEW, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And I will always be a member of the IBEW. I have no intentions of giving that up. The real problem that I see that all of our unions have is that they're not, to Istrissy's point, they're not truly united. They have a common, I don't want to say enemy, adversary. Sure, adversary is probably a better word. They have a common adversary. But there's a lot of me, and not us. And that's one of the problems that I've always had with unions. Going back to, here's a little bit of history from RB's childhood. Going back to my childhood, my father was a machinist in the UAW. So he operated mills and lathes and did machinist work for the auto industry. And back in the late 70s, the UAW went on strike. And he, of course, being a union member, you don't cross picket line, right? And the negotiations that took place got the union the things that they wanted at the cost of jobs. And so my father, a longtime machinist, found himself with no job because of his place on the seniority roster. In order to get dental and vision, they had to give up 25% of their jobs or something. 25% of their jobs at the time. And he was never able to get back in to a lucrative position in that line of work ever again, which was very unfortunate. I've talked many times with my supporters about the struggles of my childhood and the just the general not greatness of my childhood, and that was when it all changed. He was able to find new employment. He did bounce around to a couple of small machine shops, and did great work. He one of the small machine shops that he was a part of actually built some parts for the space shuttle, not the parts that made it blow up. I know that's coming. Do you like $1 more in the hour and one worker faster? Yeah, I don't want to get into all of that. But in my adulthood, I see the benefits of unions. I see that unions are beneficial. But again, unions don't always have their membership best interest at heart. It is absolutely a balance. 100% it is a balance. Workers need to realize that you can't have it all. You cannot have it all. But organizations, companies, corporations, employers also need to realize that you can't have it all. If it weren't for those people that you're purposely shitting on, then you wouldn't have a product to sell in the first place. You wouldn't have a service to provide in the first place. It is a balance. You are in the, I'm assuming that is a trade union. Yes, there has to be a purpose for the consideration of the company. 100%. Local school district gave up health insurance for a one-time cash payout of $20,000. Teachers union allowed that to happen. How far does $20,000 take you towards medical bills? It doesn't. You can spend that in that fast. You can spend $20,000 on medical bills. You can spend it that fast. Have the wrong thing go wrong, and that $20,000 is gone. Same thing for us, Istrisi. So none of the labor unions that are employed by the railroad, none of them can go on strike either. We all have a do not strike clause. Exactly. That's not even a day of surgery. That's one chemo treatment. One. Maybe. I don't know. The Army's Constable Corporation and Corporal Associate. Okay. Free health care for the win. Yeah. So yeah, that was the tumultuousness of my week. The company that I work for is looking for voluntary resignations. They need to have people make decisions by the end of next week. Next week? No, week after, by February 9th. So you get a couple of weeks to mull it over, and then you have to apply. So like you could think that you're gonna walk away, but if you apply and they think that it's not going to work, it's not going to be the best in their best interest, they can deny it. They can make you stay working. So I don't know. I get the idea. The idea is we've got a bunch of new people that we've hired who don't know anything. We're going to have to invest a lot of money in their education to get them up to speed as a competent supervisor. So you've been around for a couple of months, maybe you're not, maybe you've seen that maybe this isn't what you want. Or you're close to retirement. And this is kind of to give them a nudge. Oh, why did Stream Elements? Estrissa, you might need to get on that. Over on the YouTube side, Silky's messages were deleted. Actually, hang on, I might be able to do that. I don't see how I can approve that message. I don't know how I can add that. I don't know how I can approve it from where I'm at, Silky. Sorry that the bot. Yeah, they're showing up in Restream, but they're gone on the YouTube side. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I don't think we've got anything super restrictive on the Stream Elements bot, but I don't know. Anyway. This past week, so in my last video on the woodworking channel, not changing gears, we're just talking about all of the things today. In my last woodworking channel video, it was the 2023 is over, what's next? Kind of talked about my plans for 2020. Same word filter on both? Okay. One of the things that I said in my what to expect in 2024 is I want to make sure that I put out a video per month on the woodworking channel. I'm not gonna make it. It's not gonna happen. I've been teaching class every week, and then when the evenings and the weekends roll around, I'm either dead tired and don't feel like doing anything in the shop, or I just don't have the time. Because I got to run and do all the things for Mrs. RB, the kids, myself, doctor's appointments, whatever. So I haven't had a lot of time to do any work in the shop. Now, I do have a project that I am working on, and it is a 90-degree square for my track saw rail. I'm doing a DIY one. And when I'm making it out of 1/2-inch plywood, and I've got it so that it will use a track joining bar and some thumb screws underneath to tighten it into the track. And then I was going to put a block on the outside of the track on the top of the 90-degree on the top of the rail square. So that when you hook it up, it's always 90 degrees. Because I wanted to make sure that there was some slop in the thumb screws, so that it was easy to get in. So that it was easy to take the rail square on and off, right? Well, when I put the block on that is supposed to guarantee 90 degrees, apparently it moved. And so now it's not 90 degrees, and I use super glue and Titebond 3 wood glue. I think I'm going to have to start it over. I think I'm going to have to build it again. I'm going to try one thing. And that one thing is I'm going to try and use my Japanese pole saw and take that square block off that is supposed to make sure that it's square to the rail. Maximum allowed in a message. Oh, so it was like a... Yeah, I like over here on the Twitch on the restream chat. I don't see anything that I would have taken exception to anyway. Oh, 140 word limit? Weird. Okay. But anyway, where was I? So yeah, Rail Square. I've got to see if I can cut that block off. I'm hoping that I can, but see if I can cut that block off, and then do it again. I think I'm gonna make the holes for the thumb screws a little bit bigger so that I can guarantee that the square is at 90 degrees to the rail, and then get it tightened down really good at 90 degrees, and then redo the block. I'm hoping that will work. But the video is not going to make it out because this is the last weekend of January. I might be able to get the video out before the end of the month on Wednesday, but I don't know. So I might miss the month. Another thing that's coming up, mark your calendars. February the 18th at, I believe, 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. I am going to be on a podcast. It's for the woodworking channel, but I'm going to be on a podcast. I'm going to be on the Creative Mindset. A guy by the name of Jared, who runs the Dad Cave, which is another woodworking channel. February the 18th at it's either 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. Hold on. I got it on my calendar. Hold on. But he runs a podcast. It's called The Creative Mindset, and I am going to be on that live stream, which is pretty awesome. Let's see here. We had to move it because we were going to do it. Yeah, it's at 4 o'clock. So it'll be 4 o'clock on the 18th. I need to move this on my calendar. We were going to do it on the 11th, but the 11th is Super Bowl Sunday, and he doesn't want to compete with the Super Bowl, which that's probably wise. Sunday, February 18th. Check. Save. I will get a link for the Dad Caves channel. Let me do that right now. The Dad Cave. Open in... Oh, no, I just want to copy the link. Yes, please. Paste. I said paste. There it is. So that's going to be the channel where the live stream will be, where the podcast will be. That'll be, again, on February the 18th at 4 p.m. Eastern. As far as gaming content goes, what do you guys think about the alternating game format that we've been on here lately? I know this past month, most of what we've done has been Minecraft, but we're trying to make it so that we do 2 Minecraft streams a month and then 1 other game. And we're going to do that in February. In February, we are definitely going to have 2 Minecraft streams and another game. I'm just trying to figure out what that other game is going to be. I got to tell you, I've been seeing the posts from like, I think Biffa's doing it, Corrales, a few others, Timber World. I've been seeing some gameplay on that. Kind of intrigues me a little bit. Timber World. How much is Timber World? Store. Timber. Or not. Is it Timberborn? It might be Timberborn. think it's Timberborn. Yeah, that's it. Oh gosh, that's really loud. That's really loud. So yeah, Timberborn. I'm interested in it. And it's not super expensive. It's $20. It's $20. So maybe. Is it available for Steam Play? No. Oh, I may not be able to play it. I may not be able to play it. It just says Windows and Apple. It may not run on Linux. I don't know. Question from the chat. Question from the chat from Diamond Enville. What is the status of the CNC router? So I have been working on the design of the CNC router. I have not gotten any new parts, but I have been working on the design. So let's transfer over to here for a second. So this was the design that I had originally come up with for the CNC router, where it has a moving bed. So this bed is the y-axis motion, and then this carriage here is the x-axis and the z-axis motion, right? This would be relatively easy to build, but I don't think I'm going to be happy with it. So what I have decided is to go with CNC router version 2. And version 2 is this. This is version 2. Still got some design stuff to go to try and get. I've got the X rails in here, and this is going to be a moving gantry system instead of a moving table system. And I'm doing that because I want to be able to have these slotted runners in here so that I can put T-track in. I can put T-track in, and I can get a fair amount of Z-axis clearance in between the gantry and the platform. For the work that I want to be able to carve / flatten / whatever. The tabletop. Let's see. The tabletop is gonna. It should be 24 inches, roughly 24 inches wide. So hopefully I could make it go wider, but 24 inches should be decent. And then also I want to be able to make it go fairly deep. So while it's only 24 inches wide, I think I can almost get it to be, if I go from, well, yeah, let's just do here. So if I go from here, I would be able to get probably 35 inches by the time the gantry made it all the way back. Could probably get about 35 inches. So that's the status of the CNC router. Currently in redesign. No new parts have been acquired for it. I am going to need to get. I have the 1/2 inch plywood for it. Some of the parts are 1/2 inch, like these little runners here across the top. Those are 1/2 inch. This bed is 1/2 inch, but then all of the support stock, that's all 3/4. So I'd have to get some 3/4 plywood, and then I'm going to need to get the linear rails and the linear bearings, the 2 side pieces, the 2 the two Y axis, the two X axis, and then the two Z axis. I have to get those. Timberborn can run on Linux, but you need to use Ubuntu. I don't want to do that. It won't run on Mint. That sucks. Dang it. That sucks. But this is one of the things that we're actually going to talk about in the in that interview on the podcast, on the Dad Cave, podcast. We're going to talk about all the DIY tools and stuff that are what I would like my channel to be known for. So, of course, the big topic of discussion is going to be the table saw, and then we're going to talk about the CNC router. We're going to talk about the corner clamps. You know, obviously, he's probably going to ask me about my most successful video, which is the one on corner clamps. And then I want to talk about, he's going to ask about upcoming projects, and CNC router is definitely an upcoming project. My main issue really with this is funding it. There's just I don't have a lot of income coming in to support this. So we have to take our time with it. It is what it is. So, yeah. So it hasn't been tested on Mint yet. Okay. So I guess I could go to ProtonDB and check Timberborn and see what people are saying about it. I guess. Oh, ProtonDB is who's saying that? Okay, good. The server rack is currently offline. I haven't had any time at all to do anything with it. 16-second delay now. See, that's stupid. That sucks. Oh man, yeah. So I'm looking at the live feed for the stream. I wonder, can I just hold on? Can I from 4 seconds? Yeah, it quadrupled. The delay quadrupled in an hour. But anyway, so Silky, if you're still watching, when you hear this, say that you heard me. But yeah, the home lab, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the home lab. The home lab is currently offline. Silky's always watching. So it's not, you know what? It's not as delayed. I mean, it is delayed, but it's not as delayed as it could be. But we're on track for it to be half a minute of a delay by the time we get to the end of the stream. But the home lab, so it's offline right now. I still need to get two Cat 6 cables so that I can move the router, which is over there, and put it upstairs and get a cable from the cable, get a Cat 6 cable from the cable modem to the router, and then another cable from the router back down to the home lab. Cat 6, meow. Funny. You're a funny guy. You, sir, are a fun guy. But yeah, we need a couple of Cat 6 cables. Might be Grumble Dance. Fantastic. Silver's mushroom fungi. Might be able to get the stuff that we need for the home lab to finish the cabling and all that in a couple of weeks. I'm being super cautious right now. It's supposed to be bonus time for work. I'm supposed to get a bonus. They haven't announced it yet. And they're also talking about voluntary reduction of workforce for 7% of the non-agreement population. So, don't know. You have some extra Cat 6 cables there? Thanks. That helps. That helps. But between the Cat 6 cables and the stuff for the CNC router, I'm hoping... And I need to reflash the router to either pfSense or OPNsense. I have not done that yet. I want to kind of do all of that at the same time. I want to sit down and just have a day where I'm working on that. I've got it downloaded. I've got it in a virtual environment where I've done some testing with it. But I haven't flashed it to the actual router yet. And it's not OPNsense. It's oh yeah, DDWRT. That's it. DDWRT. Yes. So. I'm super excited about that prospect, by the way. Like being able to set up some VLANs so that I can have outward facing services out into the real world, but still have my home network not exposed to the internet per se. I can take it with me if I take it with me for free if I boat over. Yeah, thanks. You're a helper. You're a helper, Istrisi. You are a helper. A real friend would just send it to me. By the way, that Cat 6 cable, the two Cat 6 cables that I need, one of them is going to need to be... the one that's got to go from the modem to the router is probably going to need to be 20 feet. Well, let's see. Through the wall, up 6 feet, over 4 feet. That's 10. Yeah, 20 feet. That one's going to need to be 20 feet. And then the one coming back down, that one's going to need to be like 50 feet, if not more. So it's going to have to come down. It's going to have to run along the wall. It's going to have to come down. It's going to have to go across the bottom of the baseboards and making its way over to the switch in the home lab. So yeah, big time. So yeah, I need a 20-footer and probably a 50-footer. I was gonna get a 100-footer just because, but that seems excessive. The other thing I was thinking is I could up here above my desk here, I could get some of that cable racking, like a wire tray, cable tray. That's what it's called. It's called a cable tray. I'm an electrician. I should know that. Cable tray, and just run it along the ceiling over here and then just have it drop down in the corner over there. Like that could be cool. I mean, there probably is a way there. I know that they make those power line adapters for network. I just don't trust it. Like, I don't want to do that. I want my network to be separate. I want my network to be a network, right? Like, I know they're out there, but I don't know anybody that's ever tried them, and I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all. Like, that just seems like there would be... Just seems like there would be a lot of noise from the AC on the power line. I don't know how you would get a good, reliable signal, you know? But what do I know? For all the mods 9, yeah, see, we're behind. According to what I'm seeing there, YouTube is behind. By a significant amount. But anyway, for all the mods 9, right now, the big thing for all the mods 9, I know we're all over the place today, is I need to get the program for the turtle. I need to get it loaded. I haven't done that yet. Need to get it loaded to the paste bin, and apparently there are some configs. There are some configs that we have to work with, some files that we have to change permissions for or whatever. Yeah, and I need to test that outside of the stream, so I guess I'll try to do that. I'll try to do that this week. I cannot make you any guarantees. But I will try to get that done this week. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to do it. Try to do it this week. So I want to set a goal. I don't know how we achieve this goal. I have time right now to test it when you're just talking. It's called multitasking. I don't do that well. But yes, we could. We could indeed do that. Other FTB. I don't know why FTB is an other app in my list and it's not a game. I might have to see if I can fix that and put it in games instead of other. There's an update available for all the mods 9. For crying out loud. For crying out loud. Versions. What version are we on? Oh, there's 2 new versions. For ball's sake. I'm on 37 and there's 30 and 39 is the newest version. I suppose that's true. Update available. So we shall update. Confirm. That's probably a mistake. Probably didn't really want to do that. It'll be okay, though. I need to get to the paste bin that Istrisi sent me. And pinned. Best mining program. Yes, please. Paste bin get. So according to this, it says that it says that I need to do paste bin get BKL6GA RV name. And it says type name. I don't know what that means. Name is what you pick. So I can name the turtle at the same time. Okay. Fair enough. It's downloaded. Let's launch it. Launch this sucker! Whoa. I'm sorry, what? Failed to initialize graphics window with current settings. What? I'm sorry, what? I'm so confused right now. These two things just popped up when I tried to launch All the Mods 9 after opening. What's up with that, yo? What's up with that? I didn't break nothing. Okay, maybe I did. I probably did break it. If you click yes, we will try to open in the default. I don't want you to open this in a browser. Why would you want to open this in a browser? What did FTB do to this? Stupid FTB. I'm gonna... I'm going to say no. The instance has crashed or... All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to close FTB. Going to close FTB. Oh, name is what you'll type to run the program. Okay, I see. Gotcha. What don't I break? I didn't break nothing. All I did was try to launch All the Mods 9. I don't know why you guys got to yell at me so much. FTB. Try again. FTB. I had trouble, I will say this, I had trouble launching the game after I updated last time, too. Try it again. And I restarted and it was fine-ish. So we'll try again. Nope. Didn't like that at all. Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be a Linux thing with the launcher. That sucks. Dang it. Ugh. Well, I'll try it later. I don't know what to do here now. Exit Steam. I don't think Steam was going to cause any issues with it, but you never know. You never stinking know. Oh yeah, I've got a backup. I absolutely have a backup. If I ever get the home lab running, then I'll have automatic backups. Could be because I'm streaming. I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm streaming to YouTube. That seems like a bit of a stretch. That seems like a bit of a stretch. But what do I know? Not much. I don't know much. I mean, I get what you're saying. But no, I don't. No. There's no connection to YouTube other than what OBS is connecting to YouTube. And it's not even connecting to YouTube, it's connected to Restream. So this, I don't see how this could be YouTube's fault. And I certainly hope you're just screwing with me, because that seems more likely than it being YouTube's fault. I think it did. Don't really know, but I think it did. Well, see, that's the thing, Diamond. I don't even have a Cat 5 cable that's the right length. Like, it's gonna have to be long. Silver, quit conspiracy theorizing. Yeah, I'm with you, Silky. It's not, dang it, it's not YouTube. I don't have a pigeon either. Oh boy. So you're not so we're gonna call out Silver Istrisi right now. YouTube delay can't see what you're saying. Fantastic. Fantastic. Wow. Just wow. Y'all entertain me. Yeah, so I'm like really excited about the Home Lab. I shouldn't be as excited about the Home Lab as I am, but I'm really excited about the Home Lab. I also acquired another ThinkPad. I think this one's going to be my portable one as far as what I carry around with me all the time. It was being gotten rid of. It's the Lenovo T490. Yes, absolutely. Now that I got Soundbite working, I can make others. I'm going to want some suggestions on that. But yeah, this is a T490. It's got Linux Mint on it. I also have it set up so that I can edit videos using Kdenlive. It will not run DaVinci Resolve because it does not have a dedicated graphics card. It's got onboard graphics, so it cannot run DaVinci Resolve. But it does the trick. It works. Silky might have some good ideas on that. Yeah, sure. So that whole thing about RB, pay attention to chat or read the chat, or chat's talking to you. We need more stuff like that. We need more stuff like that. So be thinking about that. Be thinking about some stuff that you'd like to be able to get my attention with, or get chat's attention with. Creeper sounds? Maybe. Maybe. Shout outs? Sure. I like it. Those are all good ideas. Play without the HUD. What HUD? I don't even have a game running right now, Darth. But thanks for spending the points, man. You guys distracted me. I'm so easily distracted. I have a goal, and I don't know how we're going to achieve the goal, but I have a goal, and that goal is to get 10 subscribers. 10 paid. It is a goldfish brain. 10 paid subs each month. Right now we have 2 to 3. It was something shiny for sure. We have 2 to 3, and that 10 doesn't necessarily have to be just Twitch. It can be a combination of Twitch and YouTube. Do you count? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, you and Darth resub basically every month, and that's much appreciated, right? But yeah, I'd like to be able to get to 10 paid supporters each month, either through just Twitch or just YouTube or a combination of both. With Twitch lowered their payout threshold to $50. And so if I get 10 paid subs every month, I know just Patreon, that's the dream, but I'm having trouble convincing people to join Patreon. I would love for everyone to just support me on Patreon. Mrs. RB just got new shoes. If anybody needs new shoes, I do. I should, you know what? I don't have them down here. I should show you guys my shoes. Like, my everyday shoes are shot. They're shot. I have a pair of, and actually the shoes that I wear to work, they're not much better. But then I also wear a pair of work boots most of the time when I get to work. So just like kids, don't give them the option. Sure. Yeah, I need a new pair of shoes. I need a new pair of active wear shoes. The shoes that I have are the Brooks. I can't remember the name of them. They're running shoes. And they're super comfortable, and I love them. And I need a new pair. So, only talk about Patreon? I mean, that's a fair point. So, all right. So, if I just do Patreon, if I only talk about Patreon, if Prime worked with Patreon, I know, Darth, I know. That would be amazing if you could direct where that money went. That'd be great. Okay. This is, you know what? This is deep, y'all. This is deep. I feel like in my head and in my heart, I feel like the gaming channel and the woodworking channel must remain separate entities. But I don't know how to pull that off. Because for me, they're me, right? Like the gaming stuff that I do and the woodworking stuff that I do, it's all me, right? But it's very much two different audiences with a few minor exceptions, right? Some of you watch all of my content, whether it's woodworking or gaming. But there are also some of you who have zero desire to watch any of my woodworking content, and that's okay. So I have two Patreon accounts. I have one for RB Plays Gaming, and then I have one for the woodworking channel. And I want to catch up on what you're saying there, Silky, but I don't want to lose this train of thought. I feel bad. I feel bad if I take any of the RB Plays Patreon money and put it towards woodworking stuff. I feel bad doing that. Like, the RB Plays money is coming from folks that are paying for RB Plays gaming content. And if I use that money to support the woodworking channel, that feels like I'm being disingenuous. 2-hour stream only talking about Patreon and soundboarding. If you only support me on Patreon, the ones that do Twitch will be like, well, I can't do that, but I can sub on Twitch or Prime. I don't like Patreon, so you just get my sub on YouTube. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Or yeah, membership, join, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I have 0 supporters joined on YouTube. And I have 2 to 3, sometimes 4 paid subscribers every month on Twitch. And I am currently at, let's see where we're currently at. Log in. Continue with Google, with Giggle. That one. RB Plays, creator. I have 4 Patreon patrons. 4, right? Yeah, 4 paid Patreon patrons. So, and I know that is my fault. I 100% know that is my fault. I had some Patreon patrons that were not getting anything for the money that they were giving. And that's on me. But, so, how do I don't... I hope you guys can see how hard this is for me. Because I don't want anyone to feel... I don't want anyone to feel like I'm just taking their money, you know? I want to feel like you're getting something out of this. I don't ever want anybody to question whether they're getting something out of this relationship, you know? Wow, that got deep fast. I feel like the Weekend Woodshop Patreon should fund the Weekend Woodshop. I feel like RB Plays Patreon should fund RB Plays. So the stuff that happens in this studio should be funded by Twitch and Patreon and YouTube join memberships on the RB Plays channel. Got deep, get the boots out, right? And then on the woodworking side, the Weekend Woodshop is the only place that money is coming from. Well, it's not even, there's no money coming from there right now at all. I have no members on Patreon, on the Weekend Woodshop Patreon. Because I don't know what to give people. I don't know what to give people so that they're getting something out of that contribution, you know? And Estrisi, I appreciate that very much. You're supporting a friend. And exactly that. And so those of you who are longtime supporters, I feel like we are friends. Maybe, I don't want to offend anybody by saying this. Maybe friends is too strong of a term, but definitely more than just acquaintances, right? Like we have shared things about our personal lives that, you know, struggles that we've gone through, exciting news that we've had. We've shared that stuff with each other. And like I feel like you all are family. I feel like you are an extension of family. The delay is up to 1 minute and 10 seconds. Silky, are you getting that much of a delay? Yeah, long range family. So yeah, thanks to the members on every video. On the RB Plays channel, I absolutely do that, but I haven't put any videos out on the RB Plays channel. Oh, that was something I wanted to talk about today. I feel like one of the things that I could do, I just don't know how to pull it off, is at the end of every stream. So Diamond says he's in the 5 to 6 second range. Just tell me when to kidnap Silver, put it in your basement. Good grief. No. No. Maybe. But I feel one of the things that I would love to be able to do, and I know that Streamlabs OBS used to do this. So chat is one delay and the video is another delay. Yeah, what's the video delay like? Yeah. So how do I have an end credit? How do I have end credits at the end of my streams? I can go through and I can create, just like I did for the RB Plays gaming videos, I can create a thanks to my Patreon supporters and have a list of all of those supporters. And I do that for my woodworking videos also. And I have had a paid supporter on the woodworking channel, and their credit is shown at the end of a couple of woodworking videos, but they have also since not been able to continue that support, right? So I know I should be rating people. I know I should, but I don't know. Harris Heller said something long ago about the problem with Twitch, and it is lack of discoverability. Like, it is difficult to find a new creator to watch on Twitch. Yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you smash the like button. Yeah, I get that. Now we're not going to get into that, Silky. But discoverability is a big problem on Twitch. It's not a problem on YouTube. Like, you can find anything you want on YouTube. And you usually can find out pretty quickly if you're going to like that content or not on YouTube. If somebody's tuning into this on Twitch right now, they may say, all this guy's doing is talking. I don't want to watch him. Yes, both platforms have significant issues. Both of them do. I feel back to the whole support me thing, whether it's Twitch subscriptions, YouTube channel memberships, or Patreon patrons. Damn you, Silky. How do I, a guy who has trouble getting up and putting his shoes on in the morning, how do I make sure that I'm not swindling anybody? Like, genuineness is important to me. I don't want to let anybody down. My Amazon wish list. Thank you, Silver. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Genuineness is absolutely critical to me. I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm a facade. I know my eyes are all shifty right now because I'm looking at two different screens trying to keep up with everything that's going on the screens. But I like that, Silky. If I feel it's worth it, then it is. Everyone else has to make that decision for themselves. I like that. I'm always going to let somebody down. See, I hate that. I hate letting anyone down, ever. Whether it's my boss or my wife or my kids or my parents, well, mom now, my brother. Like, I know I've let people snake oil sell. Damn you, Silky. I know I've let people down. I know I've let people down doing this. There are a couple of people who have left our community that I miss badly. I miss them badly. Good thing I don't overanalyze anything. I do that all the time. What are you talking about, Diamond? Oh. I did not ever get... I don't know. One of them, yes. One of them I did get a why. But I don't know if it's the actual why. Can't please everyone. Make sure it pleases the ones that are important to you, but you're all important to me. Sarcasm is still a form of communication. That's very true. I'm fluent in it. Yeah, there's one person that I did have a conversation with, and I did get why they stopped their support. But I don't know if I believe it. I take that back. There are two. One of them I 100% believe. I know exactly what's going on in that person's life, and if they can come back someday, fantastic. If not, that's okay. The other person, I don't know. I don't know if they were just paying lip service. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. And then you're always going to have the onesie twosies that, you know, hey, I'm here to support you, and one day I may not be able to do that anymore, and then I'll fade into the background, and that's fine. All you can do is all you can do. Don't stress over stuff that you can't do anything about. How do I do that? Like I stress about everything. No, you know what? That's not accurate. I don't stress over. I know it seems like I'm stressing over this, but I'm not stressing over the. What am I stressing over? Like, is this my therapy session? Are you guys my therapists? If you are, thank you. Yes. At least he's honest. Yes, I am your therapist. Luke, I am your father. RB, I am your therapist. Anyway. Silky's going to tell me what meds to be on later. That ought to be that ought to be fantastic. Do the opposite of what Silver says. I don't know if I can. So I don't know if that's the answer either, right? Like, does any one person have all the answers? No. But groups can be wrong too, you know? And like Silky said, all I can do is all I can do. Do the best I can and go from there. Water and Dr. Pepper. I can't drink Dr. Pepper. But I do have water. I will burp and then partake in some water. Nothing wrong in Russia? Are you kidding? I don't think there's any one country on the face of this globe that doesn't have something wrong with it. Ours included. Apparently, I just saw an article yesterday. I think it was yesterday, where the U.S. Congress all of a sudden thinks table saws are too dangerous, and we must make them safer. Are they wrong? I don't know. I don't feel like my homemade table saw is super dangerous. Identify the issue, then prioritize them. Focus on the top priority. If you don't get to the bottom of the list, then at least it was the least important. That's very true. I know a group that's talking right here, right now, are not always on the same side too, but we know how to get to the middle in the end. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pencils can be can be dangerous in the wrong hand. Same argument for firearms. Not wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong. Anything is dangerous if you use it incorrectly. Anything. Have you guys seen the ad? Have you guys seen the ad for SawStop? There is a new ad for SawStop on YouTube. And of course, they're talking about their blade flesh sensing technology and all that. And it's showing a guy making a rip cut, cutting the length of a board. And then he proceeds to reach over and grab the offcut. You know, you push one side all the way through, but the offcut was only, 3/4, maybe an inch wide. And it shows him with the saw still running, reaching over to grab that piece away from the blade while the blade is still running. Why would you do that? Why would you reach towards a spinning blade to grab anything? I have been in that exact same scenario numerous times. And before I go anywhere near that blade, I turn the saw off, I wait for the blade to stop, and then I remove the piece of wood from near the blade. And then I turn the saw back on and I pick up where I left off. Like, why would you do that? I get it. I would love to have SawStop money. Like, having that saw in my shop would be amazing. It would be 100% amazing. Because it's a great saw. High horsepower, incredible accuracy, beautiful saws, right? And the one thing that saw could do that my saw can't do is, in the event of a kickback where a piece of lumber is ripped from my hands and then I get off balance, I could fall towards the blade. And SawStop could save my flesh from that. Like, that's to me, that's beneficial. But can't do that. So if you have a SawStop in your shop, turn the saw. Yeah, common sense, not that common. Darwinism, survival of the fittest. Gene pool will call itself of stupidity if we let it. SawStop on chainsaws. Well, there's a YouTuber. His name is Nuts319. He just had a major chainsaw accident and spent weeks in the hospital. Standing at a CNC saw 50 hours a week. And you're just fired if you break safety rules. Yeah, exactly. Feel like I have so much to say on this, but I don't know if I should. We've created a society where we've told people, and they actually believe that they can be anything that they want to be. I don't know that that's the right message to send. Like, there are some jobs that there are some people that they really, even if they want to do it, they should never do it. You can get hurt if you step out in front of a moving car. Absolutely. Accidents are going to happen. Stupidity is ensuring that it's no longer an accident. Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like this has probably been one of our best conversations. This and the talking about supporting the channel. I feel like these have been our best conversations all day. Yeah. But anyway, I would love to have a SawStop in my shop. I would love it. But if SawStop was truly interested in our safety, they'd make it more affordable. If SawStop was interested in our safety, they would make it more affordable. And I know that SawStop wanted to get that technology into all of the hands of all table saw manufacturers in the beginning. And then they didn't. Sitting on a plane, and the co-pilot says, you can see the cockpit today because I'm working from home. Let's hope that never happens. I mean, I'd love to fly a plane. Just once. I would love to fly a plane. But no. I don't want a jet plane to be my first attempt because the co-pilot's not there. AI and wireless is just OT for all things. I don't know what you mean by that. Or not. Oh yeah. I'm not a fan of AI. Not at all. I am not a fan of AI. The things the things that we can do with AI right now are not, I don't. So my wife and I keep seeing these advertisements on television for new cell phones. And you can just delete someone from a picture. Why is that good? Why is that good? Provide general content to everybody for free. Find something you can provide to paid supporters that will give them some value or something that you can. Ex-spouses and abusers, sure. I can deliver. I can be on board with that. But and hear me out. What stops us from just erasing anyone from existence? I mean, what stopped us before AI, but there are a lot of things that AI can do that I don't know if it's a good idea. Makes my Instafeed more perfect. Is it though? I will say, as a content creator, utilizing AI this may seem controversial. Silky. Either ex-spouse or abuser, it's still a memory. You can't change a memory by erasing a picture. This all comes down to triggers. Everybody has them. Everybody has triggers. I am a heterosexual male over 50 years of age. Some would argue that I have a certain amount of privilege. I still have triggers. I still have things that put me in a bad mood, put me in a bad way, put me in bad headspace, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly my point. The trigger is still there, whether you've deleted someone out of the picture or not. Because the trigger isn't the person. The trigger a lot of times is just the place, the memory, right? I've had some bad things happen to me in my life, and there are a few times when things will happen, pop up, be said, whatever, and that memory of that bad thing comes flooding back. But, and I know some people have a problem with this. I know some people I know some people struggle with how to deal with their baggage. I've learned how to deal with my baggage. And I want that for everyone. Eliminating the triggers isn't going to solve your problems. Eliminating the triggers is not going to solve your problems. Dealing with the aftermath of the trigger, that's what's going to solve your problems. And that's hard. That's hard work. Believe me, I know. I've done a lot of growing in the last 2 years. Because I never did ever really deal with my stuff. I just pushed it down, and because that's what I was taught. That's what I was taught I was supposed to do. Hybrid wants me to hydrate. I shall do that. Welcome to the stream, Hybrid. Good to see you. Oh, we're just getting deep up in here, yo. We're talking about all kinds of stuff today. All kinds of stuff. We've talked about being genuine. We've talked about delivering for those who support you. We've talked about personal responsibility. We've talked about mental health or lack thereof. Yes. Yes, Sistrissy, yes. That's what I think that's what I'm saying. It takes time. It takes time to learn how to deal with your stuff. But we all need to learn how to deal with our stuff. We cannot rely on others to safeguard us from our stuff. I hope that makes sense. My personal mental health is my responsibility. And if I can't handle that, then I need to seek help. I saw something that puts it in proper perspective, and if I can apply to many things, if you are offended, it's your problem to deal with. I agree with that. I agree with that to a point. Exactly. And that's an important thing to remember too, Astrisi, is that triggers are sneaky little bastards. You could see something and see something and see something, and it never will bother you until it does. Or maybe it never will. I know this is an extreme example, but we had a Confederate War memorial in the downtown square of the town that I live in. And the county government was petitioned successfully to have it removed. Does that make it go away? No. It doesn't make any of that go away. Some people feel better about it. Some people feel worse. Some people didn't matter one way or another. And I'm not saying that retouching photographs have been done since they were invented. How is deleting something from an image different than retouching? It's not. It's not. It's not. And to Silky's point, if you're retouching for just general appearance, that's one thing. Retouching for lighting, whatever. But if you're purposely deleting something out of a picture, you know, maybe it's a trash can. Maybe it's a trash can in the background of the moment when someone when someone proposes to somebody else. Good point, Diamond. Good point. Doesn't make it go away, but it also doesn't celebrate it. And yeah, let me finish this other thought first. Yeah, removing people from pictures has been done for a long time. We used to just cut them out of the pictures. We just take scissors and cut them out. You know, it's this perfect moment when someone proposes to somebody else and they want to remember that for the rest of their lives, and somebody snapped a picture of it, and there is a overflowing trash can in the background of the picture, right? Okay, take that out. That's fine. Or crop it. Crop it down so that you only see the individuals. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just making too big of a deal out of this or what. But if we can purposely cut someone or something out of a video, or out of a video or out of a picture, what are we cutting out and why are we cutting it out? My fear is that if we can change the content, we can borderline change the truth. You know? And that scares me. And some truth, whether I like it or not, is still the truth. Well, also, if I'm not mistaken, the symbol for that group, I think they actually got it wrong. I think they got it reversed or something like that. Here's a good one. So for all of our new employees, that have less than 2 years of service with the company, on the sides of their hard hats, we have these stickers that we put on there, and they're red and black stripes. We orient them so that the red and black stripes are vertical, so that as you look at it, if you're looking at the side of their hard hat, you see a red stripe on the right, you see a black stripe on the left. In a safety orientation class back in December, someone made a comment that was actually some Ukrainian Nazi symbol or some other group over in that area. But then when you pulled it up, like if you, and we, of course, we looked into it, but when we pulled it up, it all had to do with the orientation of those two colored stripes. The way that we were displaying it didn't look like the flag at all. But they made a big deal out of it. Why did they make a big deal out of it? I don't know. I don't know. This is starting to trend into waters that I really don't want to be in. Yeah, celebrating horrific events or people. I don't want to do that. I don't want to celebrate anything horrific. There's a lot of reasons why things should or should not be celebrated. I am a huge proponent of states' rights and individual rights. But I also know that the last time that we fought for states' rights, it was for more than states' rights. And so you have to be careful about that. So, anyway, I think it's time for a different topic. How about y'all? What are we going to play next week? Next week should be a Minecraft stream, right? Turn that down a little bit. You gonna find something for me? Okay. I do want to. Oh man, I can't just buy it, but I do want to test. I do want to test Timberborn. I do want to test it. The idea of GeoGuessr.com, Minesweeper. Oh, we could play Minesweeper. Sure. Is there a Linux version of Minesweeper? There probably is. I wouldn't be at all surprised. But yeah, Timberborn. Super excited. The idea of beaver colonies creating entire ecosystems is amazing. Pong, sure, we could play Pong. Atomic Bomberman, okay. Is that the Minesweeper game for Linux? You know what? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Mine test. Jeweled. Gnome Mines. Gnome Mines. There it is. There it is. Minesweeper for Linux. I'm going to install this. Oh. It's just RimWorld with beavers. That's fine. Eight by 8 with 10 mines. Fantastic. Look at this. Look at this. Oof. Sure. This one's touching 2. This one's touching 2. Oof. Ooh, that one's touching 3. So it's got to be these 3, right? Look at that. This one's touching 2, so that one has to be 1. This one can be safe. This one has to be 1, which means this one's not, nor is this one. Oh boy. This one should be safe. That one should be open. I mean, I just did an 8 by 8 with 10 mines, so, you know. This one's touching 2, which means that this one has to be a mine. This one can't be. There's 4 here, so 1, 2, 3. Oof, this one's touching 1. So that should be 1. That one can't be 1. That one can't be 1. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All right. This is touching 2, which means that has to be 1. Oh, you suck. Dang it. Crap. Oh, because this one's touching... Oh, dang it. Dang it. Thought it was a just chatting stream and not a gaming stream? Ah, I mean, I threw in a curveball there at the end. How about that? And we failed miserably. Miserably. What do you think? I think it's been a great day. Hope you all have enjoyed this stream, this just chatting stream. I had a great time. Hope you all did as well. Couple of things I need to look into. I need to figure out why the latency on the YouTube stream automatically defaults to low latency. I also need to see what is going on with other things. If Strissy wants me to raid somebody, I don't know who we're gonna raid. Hang on, let me see what we can see. Raid a channel. None of the channels that I follow are live right now. Who are we gonna raid? You know, if Hybrid Avenger were streaming right now, we could raid him, but he's not, so. Who are we going to raid? On the Twitch side. Obviously, YouTube. That's not going to happen. I mean, yeah, you suggested that we raid somebody, so who are we going to raid? Icelandic Ice. There it is. Playing Farming Simulator 22. Well, I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go ahead and raid that channel. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it very much. If you like the stream, you know what to do. Hit the follow button over here on Twitch. Hit the subscribe button over on YouTube. If you really like what I'm doing, then maybe throw some support at me. Just dodge and get good. Just dodge and get good. Okay. Anyway, if you really love the stream, then on Twitch, go ahead and subscribe. On YouTube, go ahead and join. Or if you really want to make the most difference for me, for my family, for the content that I provide, then hit us up over on Patreon. Patreon.com/RB_plays for the gaming channel. Patreon.com/TheWeekendWoodshop for the woodworking content. I've had a great time today. Thank you all so much for being with me today. We will come back. We'll do this again in a month for the Just Chatting stream. Make sure that you hit the like button over on YouTube. That'll tell YouTube that you like what you're seeing. Next week, we'll come back. We'll do this again. You are all invited. But until then, get off my lawn. Let's go raid Icelandic Ice. Starting the raid in just a couple of seconds. I keep forgetting that when you hit raid channel, it doesn't just do it. So gotta work on my timings a little bit. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Like Strissy said, just dodge and get good. Thanks, everybody.